Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deck, and if you enjoy talking about movies in any way, shape or form, you're going to feel right at home here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my haul for the month of May 2020, and it's a bit of a short one this week, or this month I should say, just because I really haven't picked anything up, just because of certain reasons, and me kind of wanting to save money recently, just due to the pandemic and things like that, and, you know, job uncertainties and all that stuff. I didn't really want to spend that much money this month, however, I do have a couple of things, so this is going to be a much shorter haul video than usual, but there are some things to talk about. So let's start off by talking about the two Blu-rays I picked up, and if you saw my gigantic Blu-ray haul yesterday, you would have seen these two in there. But first up we have Bad Boys for Life on 4K Ultra HD. Now, when this movie came out this week, I knew I absolutely had to pick it up, just because Bad Boys for Life is my favourite film of 2020 so far. I just love this movie, and it's kind of funny, I'm not even really a huge fan of the Bad Boys films. I've seen the first two, but I don't love them or anything, but Bad Boys for Life really gravitated towards me. It's just sort of the movie that I enjoy. It kind of felt like a Fast and Furious movie a little bit to me. I even saw some people actually comparing this movie as to be like the Fast Five of the Bad Boys franchise, and I actually completely understand what they mean by that. It does almost feel like this rejuvenation of the franchise, and of course this movie did so well and even received pretty decent reviews that they did actually greenlit a Bad Boys 4 already, so I think this movie pretty much speaks for itself. I just really enjoyed the action in the film. I loved Smith and Lawrence in this. I thought the villains were really cool. I just thought this movie was fantastic, and you know, I haven't really done a full review of this movie. I kind of did it as a bunch of other movies at the same time. I reviewed a bunch of movies at the same time, so this movie didn't really get its own review, but God, I do like this movie a lot, and I'm really happy I own it. I can't wait to watch it again. I only got to see it once in cinemas, so I'm really excited to check it out again. It's just such a fun movie, and it may not be the best movie of 2020 so far. I'd probably say, for me personally, in terms of like objectively speaking, I'd probably say the best movie is Parasite, and you'll see Parasite in the haul next month. But this is, you know, the most fun movie I've seen all year, and I just love it. And hopefully, maybe if films actually start to come out in cinemas, we will see this movie be topped. But as of right now, this is my favourite movie of 2020, and I'm very happy to now have it in the collection. Now, the next thing that I got, again, just another Blu-ray here, I got the final season to my personal favourite TV series of all time, which is, of course, Arrow. We have Arrow Season 8. Arrow Season 8, obviously, some of you guys will know if you watched like my Flash Season 6 review and my Supergirl Season 5 review. I do have a DC Arrowverse-centric channel as well as this one. And if you watch me on that channel, you'll know my various thoughts on Arrow Season 8. For me, Season 8 is a real mixed bag, because while I think it's a pretty decent season of Arrow, and I think it's got some very rewatchable episodes, it's got some real standout moments, and again, this is my favourite show of all time, so for me this season was incredibly emotional, being the final season. I also think it's one of the more tighter seasons of Arrow. The problems lie, I do have a lot of issues with this season when it comes down to how heavily they tied in the future storyline and, you know, the kids coming into it. Just because I felt like they were so focused on setting up this Green Arrow and the Canary spin-off show, which up until this point still hasn't been greenlit, so, you know, that it's all kind of pointless up until now. I mean, unless that spin-off series actually gets, you know, put to series at the CW, all the setup they did in this season, and also kind of in Season 7, is completely pointless. And then they also spent so much of this season setting up the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, which granted, I mean, The Flash also did a lot of setup, but at least on The Flash it made sense, because The Flash has been building to Crisis since the pilot. That's where we first heard about Crisis, within the pilot, whereas Arrow, it felt completely strange for this show that's mostly kind of grounded and realistic, at least within the superhero genre and within the Arrowverse, to kind of have all these weird sci-fi elements. It didn't really work for me, and also I don't really agree with the fact that they did kill Oliver Queen by the end. I didn't like how he became the Spectre. Like, I thought the whole idea of this guy, you know, this guy who's literally, you know, just a bow and arrow wielding vigilante becomes this god of, you know, this being of godlike proportions. I thought it was ridiculous. Seeing him fight the Anti-Monitor in the Crisis crossover was really dumb. And the season finale, or the series finale, really was like kicking it when it was down. I mean, that was really a weak series finale. I didn't really agree with it, and I hate where it ends in the afterlife. That was such a stupid idea. Again, for such a grounded show, this season just doesn't work. But like I say, I still adore this show. It's still my favorite series of all time. I still adore the character of Oliver Queen. I love all the characters on the show. I just feel like the season had so many issues and focused on all the wrong things for the final season that I feel like it was almost kind of a waste. I feel like, you know, we didn't get enough time with the characters who we grew up with on the show. Like, there wasn't enough time with Diggle, there wasn't enough time with Renee, there wasn't enough time with Dinah. They focused on the kids and they focused on the crossover way too much, and I think it kind of ruined the rest of the season. And it ends on a real damper of a note. And I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know most people, even Arrow fans, love this season. A lot of them have it really high up on their season rankings. It's just, for me, I honestly have it at the bottom. This is my least favorite season of Arrow. But, you know, it's my favorite show of all time. I have to own the Blu-ray. I own all the other Blu-rays, so I have to have it. And again, it's a very rewatchable season. I do enjoy the episodes individually. I just don't really agree with or like all the setup and focus of the season being on the other stuff rather than the characters themselves. But, you know, again, still enjoyable. I still like it, and, you know, I had to own it on Blu-ray. And the final thing that I picked up, well, I didn't actually pick this up. This was actually a gift that I was given. It just turned up on my door. I didn't know this was coming, but it's really, really awesome. This is from my best friend. She brought me the Assassin's Creed The Essential Guide, which is a huge book. If you look at the size, it's real thick. And this literally goes through everything you need to know about the Assassin's Creed series. And both me and my best friend, we are both pretty big fans of Assassin's Creed. She's probably a bit more into it than me and knows a bit more than me. But we are both really big fans, and we're both extremely hyped about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is the next game in the series. And basically this book was given to me as a gift to basically try and prepare me for that game. So I'm fully caught up with everything before the new game releases. And I thought that was a really cool idea, because this book is something I'd heard of like a couple of weeks before I received it. And I thought to myself, you know, oh, I would really like that, because it's a really cool book, and I love these kind of big books like this. If you've ever seen like the Star Wars ones and stuff like that, they're kind of comparable. And I thought to myself, yeah, I could do with one of them. And the reason why I'm looking down is I'm trying to find a really good page. I'm trying to find a really good page to like show you guys. Here we go. This is sort of what I was looking for here. But I thought to myself, you know, I could really do with one of these books, because I think it'd be a really cool idea to just read through and get a good idea of, here we go, that's what I was looking for. You can get a really good idea of kind of the entire series, read up on everything I may have missed, things I don't really know about, and things like that. And this really allows you to do that. And again, catching up before Valhalla comes out at the end of the year is really exciting, because I'm really excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I did make a video on it, just because I think it's such a cool looking game. And this is a really cool series. It's a series I've stuck with for a long time. And yeah, this book goes fully in depth. Like, if you want to know everything there is to know about Assassin's Creed, this book is probably a good place to start. There's Edward Kenway, my favourite assassin in the series, from my favourite game of the series, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Yeah, it just gives you everything you need to know. And it's a really cool book. Again, it's got so much detail, it's got so much beautiful artwork in there, and every little bit of Assassin's Creed lore is covered within here, which is really nice. As you can see, we've even got like a bit of Avel in there, the spin-off game Assassin's Creed Liberation. There's just a lot of really good stuff in here. So for me, this book was absolutely incredible to receive. I was really happy when I got it, because again, I didn't even know it was coming. It literally just showed up at my door, so it was a really nice gift. So thank you to my best friend. I've already said thank you to you a million times, but I'll say it again. Thank you for buying me this. It's a really awesome gift. And even though I haven't really properly sat down to read it all the way through quite yet, I'm definitely going to do that at some point before Valhalla comes out, so I'm completely caught up, because that is definitely something I need to do. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this Blu-ray haul and also book haul, I guess. As I said, I'm sorry that this haul isn't quite as big as usual. I just simply wasn't really buying as much in the month of May just because of everything going on. I was trying to be a bit more careful. But next month, my haul should be quite a bit bigger and sort of going back to normal. So if you guys make sure you stick around for that, that'd be awesome. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more movie content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads like this. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And with all that said, I hope to see you guys again in my next video.